Hey guys, this is SupPub, and I hope you guys like the new intro. I sure did. Anyway, this is a Rome Total War online battle. This is an Armenia versus Carthage battle. I command the Armenians, and my opponent, Funky Touchdown, is in command of the Carthaginians. Let's take a look at both armies. My army consists of 4 sets of horse archers, 6 sets of Armenian legionnaires, 6 sets of regular archers, and 2 sets of cataphracts, one being my general. My opponent has 9 sets of sacred band and 4 sets of slingers. His sacred band are all upgraded gold. So this was a very interesting battle, and I decided to show it just because of a lot of strategy and movement that went into it. You can see that he's moving his slingers to his flanks right now to try to ward off my horse archers. And you'll also notice that he did not bring any cavalry, and that really plays to my advantage later on in the battle. As you know, Armenia is a skirmish faction, meaning they use mostly skirmishers who throw spears, archers, and horse archers. That's the main bulk of their army, and it really works well for them. Anyway, had my opponent brought horses, this would have turned much more difficult. But since he did not, I can encompass him in archer fire and skirmish fire. And here you can see I'm unloading all my spears of my legionnaires and my skirmishers, so it's really going good for me. And you can see a lot of his dead sacred band in the back, and now I am retreating out my men because I do not want to get engaged while his men are at this kind of strength. Sacred band are real powerhouses, and you do not want to engage them, especially with Numidia or other factions like these, when they are so powerful. So I planned on wearing them down, and I do accomplish this quite well. So you're gonna see me pull back once or twice, and then we'll finally get engaged. And by this time, he is really weakened. You can see his skirmishers in the background there, and they are just kind of sitting there. They never really played a huge part in this battle. My opponent was way too concerned with sacred band, and skirmisher and his slingers, which should have been his real saviors. And also another mistake he made was he's isolating his sacred band. He's sending like one set out to places, and it's really making it easy for me to isolate them and destroy them quickly. Also, in the center, he has huge blocks just all put together. So if my archer fire misses one set, it's going to hit another guaranteed. So you can see that now I'm finally going to engage his men. My Numidian legionnaires are kind of just going to take the spears from the front. But this was part of my plan, seeing as he was so bunched up that it left room on my sides for my other sets to swing around and hit him in the flanks. And also, I'm going to use my cavalry to my advantage. Since he did not bring any, I'm going to use my cavalry to launch vicious strikes on his back. Here you can see my cavalry moving out, and this is going to be another huge part of the battle that really cost him a lot of casualties. And you can see that already one of my set of Armenian legionnaires is already routing. That just tells you how much of a powerhouse these sacred band are. And here come my general's cataphract unit to smash into the back of this set of sacred band, and now he's going to turn his sacred band to meet my cataphracts, but he is now completely surrounded between cataphract might and Armenian legionnaires. Here I use this set of cataphracts to sort of buy some time. You can see that he has 3 sets all bunched together right there, and when they're bunched together like this, cav doesn't make too much of an impact, but it's just kind of for stalling measures because I need to stall him to wear down the other sets. Anyway, yeah, you can see that I'm sort of encompassed over there, but here I am losing the fight slightly because I'm not really hitting him. He's just smashing me at a distance with spears. Here's another set of his isolated men, and he's getting plowed by arrow fire, getting burned down, and horse archers from the front. And there you can see one of my cataphract sets routed. That was the one who was facing against the free sets. Here I'm going to take my general and plow into this set, the one that I'm losing against, and it's really going to cause some damage. And I'm also throwing in skirmishers into the fight that run out of ammo, and it's just, I need to use everything to absolute effectiveness. Here I take my general and swing back into this huge blob again, and now you can see this huge blob of sacred band are now encircled, but it's not going to be enough for these powerhouses to go down, but it does give them a lot, it causes them a lot of casualties being encircled like this. And he really did good with keeping his spears pointing in the direction he wanted. Here you can, but another thing here, you can see he's still isolated some of his sets, and that's not good for him. And there my general has run away just because he was getting stabbed by these spears, and it's not good when cavalry is fighting against these kind of things. Anyway, you can see that the encirclement has kind of ceased, and some of my men are starting to rout. It's not really good when you lose a general on this game, Even though he didn't die, he still ran away, and this causes a morale shock to your men, and it's never good. But you can see that I still have a semicircle around him, and it is causing quite a bit of damage. But you can see he has some of his sets facing one way and some of his sets facing the other way. So he's really trying really hard. Here I get kind of desperate, and I really need to keep them in the encirclement, so I'm going to charge 2 sets of horse archers into their backs in melee style. It obviously won't work too well, seeing as horse archers are not really meant for this kind of a thing. And they're already, like, wavering, so they're not going to stay in this fight very long. I just needed to keep the pressure. And you can see them still getting burned, and it's really working out pretty well for me in that encirclement, but there are a set of my horse archers routing, the other's about to rout too. Alright, yeah, you can see that his slingers are now disposed of, and they are running away. Yeah, like I said, his slingers never played a part in this battle. And way off in the back over there, you see a set of Sacred Band running after my men. Here in the center, I'd say he's turned it into his advantage, just because he's pushed out of the circle and is now tearing through my legionnaires. But I still have archer fire raining down upon him, and you can see I still have most of my skirmishers and archers and horse archers intact, so it's kind of a foregone conclusion, because they still have a lot of ammo. I don't really need to go into melee yet. This set, I'm going to charge into melee here in a moment, though, just because I ran out of ammo in them. But yeah, you can see that he still has a lot of men, but he's also getting plowed in the side by arrows, and they're getting burned down. A lot of my units have also stopped routing, so they're going to come back into the fight also. And yeah, you can just see the sprinkling of fire arrows hitting his men, and it's not looking too good for him. He's trying his best, but all his sets are really depleted, and he doesn't really have much option. Here I charge a set of skirmishers right into the back of these moving Sacred Bands, and it really does work quite effectively. They're going to get him on the charge, but then they're just going to get taken apart by the others. They're one-set routes, and I also charged in another set, but they're going to rout also. I'm throwing in more skirmishers that ran out of ammo, though, just because I really want to keep the pressure. And I also charged a set of horse archers that ran out of ammo right into General, seeing how weak he is. But like I said, horse archers are kind of sissy cav, and they already have routed. It was just like kind of an immediate rout. You can see his General still in the background there. So it's a really, really close fight, and he's just kind of holding his own for what he can right now. It was a really, really close battle, involved me using a lot of movement, and just in a second here, his General gets burned down, and there you go. So his General is now burned down, and he is surrounded by archers, skirmishers, and horse archers, so it's pretty much a foregone conclusion now. I really, really enjoyed this battle, just because of all the movement that went into it. And in the end here, he's going to start charging his Sacred Band in an attempt to catch up with my skirmishers, but it's obviously going to be futile, and he's just going to keep running. And here I'm just going to cut off this part just because it's not really that important. So I'll cut off to the results screen here in a moment. And here you go. So here is the results screen. As you can see, you can just read it yourself. Anyway, I really enjoyed this battle, and I will be bringing you more. So see ya.